Hey, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, just be sure to scroll to the bottom there, just underneath, hit that like, follow, and subscribe button so that you can follow along with all of my wonderful antics that I have on this channel. My name's Will, Tacticalsaurus Rex, and I am here today to bring you nice little first impressions on the IWI Masada Slim. This guy right here. So, they were nice enough to send this to me, give me a chance to play with it, beat it up, you know, typical torture stuff. So let's dive right on in. So here it is, Masada Slim. No, it does not come with that optic right on top. It does, however, come with the firearm and 2 magazines, as you see. It does also come with a, where'd it go? It does also come with a lock, like standard firearms. So make sure you're following all the rules here, as everything applies. Even when you're handling empty firearms, you always treat them as if they're loaded. As you can see, it is empty. I don't play around here, so I take firearm safety pretty high. But let's go ahead and dive right in on this guy, the Masada Slim. I've been running the 9mm Masada for a while, and honestly, I absolutely love every bit of it. It's one of my favorite 9mm guns. It's what I use for my competitions, and also I was using it for concealed carry. But let's be honest, I'm a little chubby, losing it, but let's be real, it's poking me in some places that it doesn't need to be poking at the appendix carry position. So this is a nice smaller option, as you can see. Here's your size comparison. They both look really good. They both feel, honestly, I enjoy both of them. Gotta say, huge first impressions. First impressions are pretty high on this one. So let's take a look here and see how everything operates. So obviously you've got your trigger here. Let's go ahead and empty chamber. So it is empty, nothing in there. And as you can see here, let's start off with the trigger pull. So it is pretty stiff, fresh out of the box. Little bit of range time might fix that. But the most important thing here that I've noticed, and this is something I'll show you guys real quick, the trigger reset is almost non-existent. Right there. That's all it took to reset the trigger. I'll switch sides here for you so you can take a look. So yeah, so right here, you'll see how far the trigger actually goes. Right there. And the trigger's reset, ready to go, and perfect. So that right there shows a lot of potential as far as your trigger reset goes under duress. You don't actually have to move your finger as often or as far. Sorry, my coffee is starting to kick in this morning. But I love it. So far it feels good. I have not had a chance to go to the range yet, so we'll play around with that, and that'll be a video for a later time. We will get to that. But now let's dive into the mechanics on it. As far as it's very simple, very easy to slide. Everything feels good. The spring feels nice and stiff, without being too stiff. Because there are some where they're fresh out of the box and the spring feels really stiff as far as the new firearm goes. Now the only gripe I have, and this is something that I've already started to play with and I've already figured out how to do it properly, but the takedown. It is kind of a pain in the ass if you've never dealt with one like this before. So we'll dive right in on that. So if you see here, you'll see this little guy right here. It's not a lever, it doesn't move up and down. So basically how that works is you'll have to lock the slide back, and then this guy actually slides forward. As you can see, I just pushed it forward. Now the other biggest kind of a pain in the butt here is you kind of get into that groove right about, let's see if I can get the light on it. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little notch just inside here. And as far as the takedown goes, you kind of have to get in there and really play around with it. It's just kind of hard to do while I'm demonstrating this for you guys. So let's just do this. There we go. Okay, so now that that's out, now that that's there in that position, what you're going to want to do is now pull it back just a little bit so that circle lines up, and then you pull that pin. It's like a pin that you have to pull out. And like I said, it is kind of a pain in the butt, but once the pin comes out, you're going to notice that the barrel has dropped in a little bit, but essentially now the firearm is free and clear to slide straight off. So like I said, it is kind of a pain in the butt to deal with if you've never dealt with it before, so just have some patience and it'll work out. It'll honestly figure, it's a pretty easy thing to do once you get the hang of it. And then obviously, just like everything else, it pulls apart, comes down pretty simply. Now as far as putting it back in, it is a pain in the butt. IWI, I hope you're watching this because we need to take a look at that design again. So we'll just slide that pin right back on in there. Now this is where it's going to become a pain in the butt. So as you see, the slide, the barrel is actually sticking in a little bit. Let me try to figure. There we go. Yeah, you can see the barrel is lowered a little bit. So basically, in order to do it, I hold it upside down so the barrel slides into place, like falls into place there. Actually, the pin is out. There we go. Now that that is out, we're going to put the pin in, and it's literally just slides right in there. Just like that. So it's in there now, everything's good to go. So now that that is done, we'll turn the firearm back over, slide it back to the lock position, and now this part here is kind of a butt. You got to actually be able to push that pin, you got to be able to push that pin back in and push the slide back at the same time. I have found that you will need some kind of a tool, screwdriver, whatever, just to help with that. So basically you'll just do this, push in, at the same time. Like I said, it is kind of a pistol, kind of a pain in the ass to deal with, but once it goes in there, it locks right back in place. As you saw, you just saw that move right there. So as I said, the only gripe I have right now is the takedown. So as far as maintenance goes, cleaning, it is not going to be 100% user friendly, but the more you get to it, the more you do it, the easier it will get. So just have some patience. Overall, first impressions are extremely high. The grip only comes with one size option. So unfortunately, unlike the full-size Masada, you don't have the interchangeable back straps for different hands. So if you've got a small hand, you got a massive hand, if you got a medium hand, they're all going to fit on here. They're all going to have the same grip. Honestly, as you can see how big my hand is compared to the firearm, it honestly fits nice and comfortably around it. It doesn't feel like it's overlapping too much. It is still a very nice, easy, contoured grip, and then the back here does sit high enough that it sits above my hand, and it feels like it's actually gripping. Doesn't feel like my hand's sliding up behind here. Because I have, for comparison, I do have my wife's Taurus G2C right here, and the contour here isn't as much, and I have gotten bit back here, and it sucks. Realistically, it really does, because as you can see, I mean, it doesn't take much, and now I'm getting my hand chewed off. So, it doesn't take much, but still, no, I enjoyed this one, but that's not what this video is for. So, we're going to go back to the Masada. As you can see, it sits nice and tight on my hand there, and yeah, it does move up, but as you can see, I have to push it way the heck up there for it to even come close to getting hit. So, like I said, first impressions are already extremely high. I cannot wait to hit the range with this, so stay tuned for that. I will be putting anywhere from, just to start out, anywhere from 100 to 200 rounds just to get started and see how it feels. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay frosty. And just keep up with me. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, right down below you'll hit the like, subscribe button just to follow me around, and just stay tuned for some more fun and some more gun related content, because not only this, but I do also have this one as well that I will be doing, testing out. This is IWI's Zion 15. So this is also next. So stay tuned. Later guys.